find $300 worth of ways to use it. First, it served as a doorstop in my college dorm when I finished out the sociology degree that was gathering dust in a filing cabinet somewhere. It had been bumped into, tripped over, and downright degraded. I called it fat once when I stubbed my toe on it, which admittedly had been crossing the line, but I wasn't about to apologize to a book. It also moonlighted as a spider smasher, when it wasn't holding doors. I used it as a pillow when my cat decided to throw up on mine. I'd even doodled inside most of the margins, and now it was a cornerstone to my oven. In essence, it was a cornerstone to my business. That was a bit of a stretch, sure, but the truth and dough were more alike than people realized. Give them a tug in the right place, a snip here, and maybe a little kneading, and voila, you had yourself a very easy-to-swallow pill. Or muffin. All in all, I'd say I was at least up to $20 in value after all these years, only $280 to go. There was, of course, one other reason I kept that stupid book when I sold all the other overpriced textbooks for pennies. I doodled his name in that book with a little heart around it for the first time. It was the one I was holding when we talked the first time after class, clutched to my chest, right over my rapidly beating heart. Nathan, the boy of my dreams who turned into the creepy stalker from hell. I could thank him for my virginity, at least in part. I wasn't sure if there was such a thing as post-traumatic creeper disorder, but if there was, Nathan had infected me with it. I'd become a master of pushing any and everybody with a penis away after him. Keeping the book was my figurative way of hanging a warning sign in the middle of my life. Beware the penis, for danger this way lies. I set down the last cherry pie on the flour-coated steel table by the oven. They looked perfect. And they should. When it came to baking, I didn't play around. I had a notebook full of recipes and the alterations I'd tried along the way to find the perfect balance of flavors and textures. Pages and pages of the difference between 1 cup of sugar, a slightly overfilled cup, underfilled, or added half at a time, and so on. If baking was a science, I was the mad scientist, the cupcake wizard. If people are going to come to my shop to indulge, they could bet their buns they were going to enjoy every bite. Baking didn't cure me of the empty feeling that had nestled itself deep in my heart, but it did give me purpose. I knew I was good at it, and I wanted to eventually expand my shop. Step 1 was figuring out a way to pay my own bills, but hey, if world domination was easy, everyone would do it. My little sister, Cendese, popped in on her way to work. She was an editor at Business Insights, and she always stopped by to pick up a bagel on her way to work. Her short blonde hair bobbed with every step as she came half-skipping up to the front counter. She slid her sunglasses up into her hair and wiggled her eyebrows around. I dusted the flour from my hands, then gave the book a little kick for good measure. I wished I could kick him instead, but the book would have to do. Too bad it didn't work like a voodoo doll. "How is my favorite virgin doing this morning?" she asked cheerily. "You know, I could spit in your bagel, right?" I mentally braced myself. Candace had the virgin talk with me about once a month. Probably on days I was looking particularly haggard. Ooh, the saliva of a virgin. I hear that has magical powers. Please, I'll take some of that with my cream cheese. You're disgusting, and the only power in my saliva would be an anti-aphrodisiac if my history is any indication. That'll be a hard pass. You know, if you could stop calling me a virgin at the top of your lungs so often, everyone in my life wouldn't have to know. Everyone in your life? Okay, so Ryan and Grammy. Asshole, I muttered. I turned and started punching my fists into balls of dough. It wasn't exactly the technique I'd discovered for getting a perfect consistency, but it was a great stress reliever. Well, I guess there's also... We're not talking about him, remember? I asked. It's not healthy to bottle things up, Hailey. Haven't you ever seen me, myself...